How did actor Tanya Roberts died from urinary tract infection that led into sepsis? Now we'll be breaking down Tanya Roberts' chart from a medical astrology perspective to see how did she experience a urinary tract infection. And what we see first is that she has a stellium in Libra, which shows there's a heavy emphasis when it comes to Libra, which is our kidneys and excretory system, which is very important when it comes to filtering our blood, maintaining our blood pressure, making hormones and things along this line. And what we see, she has Mars, Mercury, the moon, and the sun in Libra. She has Mars in Libra. Mars is debilitated in Libra, which means that she has some form of dysfunction or weakness when it comes to utilizing her nervous system in relation to her kidneys excretory system. And if there's a weak relationship between the nervous system and an organ, there's going to be a hard time to express or utilize the organ to full capacity. She also has the sun in Libra, and the sun is debilitating in Libra. The sun represents our blood flow or our circulatory system, and Libra obviously represents our kidneys and excretory system. But since the sun is debilitated there, that means the sun's gonna have some form of weakness or dysfunction when it comes to supporting her kidneys, which is very important because the kidneys plays a major part when it comes to detoxifying our blood from pathogens and toxins, which prevent it from congesting and which lead to many other diseases. But the kidneys require a healthy amount of blood so they could get the necessary oxygen, minerals to support itself. But since the sun is debilitating in Libra, she having issues when it comes to the relationship between her blood flow and her kidneys and excretory system. She also has the moon in Libra, and the moon represents our lymphatic and immune system, which help us in fighting against pathogen and detoxification. But in the sign of Libra, which is a biological system that itself deal with detoxification and getting rid of waste, is showing extra support to help her ability to remove waste and protecting her from pathogen, which is quite interesting. Also has a mini stellium within Scorpio, which is created through Neptune, Venus, and Saturn. And Venus represents a hormonal system, but since it's debilitated in Scorpio, this let us know that she's experiencing some form of dysfunction or weakness when it comes to maintaining her hormonal stability in the area of the reproductive system, sexual health, and her transformative regenerative faculty. And one of the factors that could lead her to experiencing a urinary tract infection is menopause, which is a decrease in estrogen, which can lead to changes within the urinary tract system and risk infection. Also, one of the other factors that I mentioned that could lead her into experiencing a urinary tract infection is sexual intercourse, which can introduce a bacteria or some form of pathogen into her urinary tract, especially for women. And she has Venus in Scorpio, so she might be into some form of certain activity that could have led into that. But she also has Saturn in Scorpio, and Saturn either play out positive or negative. It could play out positive as having strength and form and stability within her reproductive system, but in her case it played out negative. And Saturn negative plays out as constriction, stiffness, stagnation within the reproductive system, her sexual health, her regenerative and transformative faculty. So Saturn was creating a lot of stagnation, stiffness that could lead her into experiencing some issues with her reproductive system, which